All right, gang. Now, today we're going to talk about using cut squid for bait. When you go out and you don't have live bait and you're fishing for some of that sheephead or sargo or the smaller bass, you just want your kids to catch a fish. You're going to want to take, here's your frozen squid. First thing you're going to do is you're going to cut the head off. Okay, what I do with these heads is I cut them up into little pieces and I use them for chum. Okay, because all that tentacles and stuff, that's great chum. So I'll put all that into a little bag. Okay, I'll put all that into a bag. Now I take the squid and I simply don't cut it all the way through. I cut it gently right down the middle, open it up, scrape all the guts out, throw that in the little bag of chum. So I got that right there. Then I take the squid and I cut it into strips. Okay, not chunks, not big thick chunks, into thin strips. Almost look like spaghetti noodles. Okay, there they are. That's our bait. So I'll put that into another bag and I'll put this into a chum bag. Okay, then when I get out to where I'm going to fish, I grab me a strip. Okay, now I don't just hook the strip in the middle. I hook it on the very edge, on the tip. I spin it around and I hook it back through the hook. And you can use a small hook, big hook, any kind of hook, whatever hook you're using. But you're going to want to make sure that it's hanging down so it looks like a piece of spaghetti. Okay, that way the fish can slurp that right up. They can slurp it right into their mouth. It's not a big chunk on there. You ever seen a fish? Probably most of you that are watching this video haven't, but if you've ever seen a fish, you got to figure they got to get the bait in their mouth. And you guys fish with these giant chunks. We call that fishing with the square meal. They're not going to eat the square meal. First of all, they can't get it in their mouth. This is like a piece of spaghetti. Now I'm using the small lead head, but you could use a small number 2, number 4 hook, whatever size hook you're going to use, but you're going to hook it on so it's hanging like a piece of spaghetti so that fish can suck it right up into their mouth. And also when it goes into the water, if you look, it's actually almost looking like a lure in there. It's got a tiny bit of action coming off of the tail of the squid. Look at that. Isn't that bitchin'? And that's how you fish a strip of squid. I'm going to show you on a smaller hook. We have some smaller hooks right here on the dash. I'm going to grab one of these smaller hooks. Okay. And I'm going to take a smaller strip because now I'm fishing for sheephead. Sheephead are going to eat this smaller hook all day, every day in this strip. And I'm going to do it the same way every time. I'm going to start at the very tip of the squid and I'm going to thread it on the hook. So it's going to look just like a piece of spaghetti. Okay. Look at that. Now, that fish is going to suck that right up and eat that all day, every day. This is how you hook strips of squid on. Not in a big ball, not in a big wad, not in a square meal. Small little strips hooked on the hook so they can suck it up like a piece of spaghetti. It will change what you catch if you hook your bait on proper. Hopefully this helps you guys. Also, okay, we got that hooked on there. We got our little chunks of chum. When I get out to where I'm going to fish, I'm going to be fishing structure with this squid. So I'm going to anchor my boat up. 99.9% of the time when you anchor, the current's going to be flowing down the sides of the boat. You do not want to take this chum and throw it off the back of the boat. Why? Because then it's going to be chumming for the Dana West Yacht Club. We want to chum for us. So the current's coming down the sides of the boat. Look, we're going to take this chum and we're going to throw it as far up the side of the boat as we can. Always throw it as far up the side of the boat as you can. That way as it starts to sink down into the water column, it's actually sinking down next to your boat and allowing you to be part of the chum. Now you're in the chum. Now you're in it. Now you drop your strip of squid down with your lead head. The fish are already feeding right here. You throw that in the water and wham, you get a bite. It's that easy, guys. Don't overthink it. Don't make it hard, but make sure you hook your bait on proper. It's going to be really important, and it's going to change what you catch if you start hooking your bait proper. All right, guys, have a great day. Good luck.